My name is Joy D. Fanning, an astronaut of life, and I help people go inward to explore. This video is part of a series called Meditation Stories, where you might hear me share some of my own stories, but the main part is to share other people's experiences because there are so many ways to meditate and so many things that come to us when we meditate. So, without further ado, here's the video.
Hi, Siddhi.
Hi, Joy.
How are you?
I'm amazing. How are you? No, let me guess. You would be joyful, as your name suggests.
Yeah. Now, I woke up today. I was a little in a funk, but I was like, you know what? I'm not going to stay in this funk. I'm going to get out of it. And I have. So it's awesome. Yeah. And the pink is certainly helping, right? It's so happy.
Yeah, I mean, pink generally, every time it uplifts my mood. I love pink color.
Mm. Yeah. I think this is my only pink shirt and I don't wear it very much. But I was like, you know what? I'm just feeling this today. So yeah. And then we met.
Same here. This is my only pink top that I have, and I'm like, okay, let me wear pink today. I don't know why did I think that.
Wow, we're both.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, we're already in sync. This is awesome.
yeah.
Woo! Okay, but we're here to talk about meditation, even though pink is a great color. But can you tell me, Siddhi, when did you start meditating?
I started meditating when I was 19 years old. Um, I was in university then, and I had just undergone a bad breakup. I mean, breakups are bad, so it was very disheartening for me. It was like although I was in university, a teenager, but I had this whole fantasy created in my mind to spend rest of my life with that guy, and it just didn't happen, didn't work out, and he was the one who broke up with me. So it was even more disheartening because I didn't have a say in it. So it actually broke me, and I was looking for answers. That why does breakup hurt so much? Why all these things matter so much to us? Why if a person is not there in my life, I'm so sad? Why does he matter to me so much? So all those questions started popping up in my head when I broke up with him, and that was the time when I was searching for answers. I would spend a lot of time in libraries, browsing through books, but didn't find anything concrete. And then somebody suggested me to meditate, and at that point in time I was literally willing to try anything. So I tried meditation. I started meditating, and that was the time when I could actually analyze my psychology, why things are happening this way. And it gave me a new strength, new hope in life. Meditation, it healed my physical illnesses as well. I had migraine issues, so it healed my headaches, migraines, and I also had constipation, which is related to your solar plexus. It also healed that thing. I had that since I was a newborn child. But and I used to meditate only like a couple of 10-15 minutes on a daily basis. And even that was so profound for me. So I knew that it's something about meditation that I have to know more and more and more. I mean, it still keeps me intrigued actually, because even after meditating for about, let's say, 4-5 years, I'm still like, no, I have to know more. There is something more. It never satisfies me completely. So it's a journey. Yeah.
Wow, that is awesome. That is so cool that meditation this help facilitate all this healing energy into your life and your body and your mind. Oh, how beautiful. Was there anything when you started meditating that made you that was hard to figure out, like clearing your thoughts or
Hmm.
anything like that you had to kind
Yes.
of push through?
Yeah, definitely. So when I started meditating, I was seeing a counselor. So she was the one who told me that literally, Siddhi, we have tried everything. So now why don't you try this new thing called meditation for yourself? I was like, tell me how to do it. So she just told me, go to YouTube, play any soulful music in the background, and close your eyes and just be. And then I went, and then I came home and I tried that. I was not even able to sit for 2 minutes. Believe me on that. I mean, 2 minutes was so frustrating for me. I was like, what the hell is she wanting me to do? And I was not able to do it. I still remember that. That versus now, my God, we have come a long way. So, what did I do about that? I didn't ever stop seeking. I mean, I was so much like I have to solve this issue that I'm facing that I would also keep doing that daily. So that a bit next year I was able to sit for 2 minutes. Then it was a problem to sit for 5 minutes. So while I was in this trial and error zone, somebody suggested me guided meditations. So then I started doing a couple of guided meditations. I started exploring certain apps for guided meditation. That was the one that really helped me. So whenever a beginner would come to me for advice on meditation, I would always suggest him to go for guided meditation sessions. So for all those viewers who don't know about guided meditation sessions, it is a technique in which there is a voice guiding you throughout the duration as to where you have to now focus your attention, and there is a soothing music that some people also play in the background, so it just adds up to the entire experience, that soulful music. So that can really, it's like hand holding a person to meditate, and it's really very interesting. And so I did guided meditation for somewhat like 3 4 months, and after that I was by myself. And after that, that guidance was something that was disturbing me in my practice, and I wanted to let go of that guidance so that I can go deeper and deeper in. So that was the time when I let go of the guidance and I started doing it myself. So yeah.
Yeah, I have the same kind of thing for me. I had a hard time just by myself at first. So yeah, I think I got on Insight Timer, which now I create my
Yeah, I tried it
yeah
night timer.
yeah, and
Yeah.
now I put my own guided meditations on there, which is so cool to be on the other side of it now. But at the time, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. And I would try it with like the bells or a silent, and I would just fall asleep. And the guided just, even if you stray, eventually that voice is going to come back on, and you're like, oh, yeah, I'm supposed to think about
Yeah.
this. So it kind of literally guides you through it. And I but I'm also at the point now where when I personally meditate, I don't use guided meditations. Like I like music, and I'm into like binaural beats and certain frequencies. But it takes a bit to get there to where you can guide yourself and learn to tap into that. And I love that you brought that up about guided meditations, because they're like a gold mine, really, of you could go in any direction you want to focus on and find it, especially, yeah, on Insight Timer. And like I said, I put my own out now. They're on YouTube too, but it's awesome. So, can you tell me about some experiences you had during meditation?
Yeah, sure. So just the one I was sharing with you, I would love to share that with everyone. Yeah. So it was I had gone to this spiritual not retreat. I mean, it's a kind of like a spiritual center here in India. So they have this place where you can trek a bit and go to this hilltop, and there is a really good place for there to sit and meditate. So I love doing meditation there. So I went there and I was sitting and meditating when Lord Shiva came to my third eye vision, and he showed me the ultimate reality, which is we all are one. So he showed me that we all are connected with the light, and whatever happens to one affects all the other, because we all are connected. So when this corona had taken a hit, what happened was fear consciousness had risen. So in that case, what happened when few people started accepting that fear, it started growing more and more and more. And as it started growing, all the people, I mean, because it became so intense, and because in that chain, more and more people started adopting that fear, it started spreading more and more. So, how do we stop spreading it? Is by spreading light. So now, let's say that there is a group of 12 people who all are connected. So now, from that 12 people, if 10 believe in fear, 2 believe in light, then there would be more fear. However, if those two people take an effort to spread light instead, and if let's say 10 people believe in light, 2 believe in fear, those two will also start believing in light. And that would be the time, because nobody believes in fear, there would be no point of that at all. I mean, whatever object is creating that fear, it's like useless. Only when you accept that, only when you believe in certain things, will it come to your reality. When you don't believe in certain things, why would it at all come to your reality? So that was a eye opener for me, and that was not the only first time when they had shown me the importance of spreading light via meditation. It's been a couple of other instances as well. So that was the time when I performed this group meditation sessions and series, and I also started one world meditation series and sessions where I would guide them to meditate together. We would sit for like 20-25 minutes together, and we would meditate every day. So now again, I'm getting the message as it's starting again, that fear consciousness. So again, we have to step in and we have to again create that balance on this planet. So that is one of the profound ones. And the other ones, uh, again, I would love to share this one. So previously, I was meditating on my own. And while I was meditating, I used to have blissful experiences in which I would go to complete nothingness. I mean, uh, in Hindi, we call shunya mode, where there is nothing. Even you don't even are aware of the existence that you have. You are not even aware of the body. You are not aware of the breath. You are not aware of anything. It's complete blankness. So multiple times I've gone to that state, and it's beautiful. So I had done that, and sometimes I used to see very much like bright light right in front of my eyes, so much so that I could not even keep my eyes closed. So those were like my personal experiences, few of those. It was just, I remember very vividly that it was April month, April 2020, when this corona was rising. I was meditating. Actually, I had calling for meditation. So I sat for meditation, and again, Lord Shiva came to me with Parvati, goddess Parvati, and they both asked me to start a divine feminine circle, wherein I have to activate the divine feminine Shakti in each one of the individuals who would be there. So, in order to do that, they asked me to start the group meditation sessions. And they also gave me the guidance of how I have to guide the others in that process. So that actually worked amazingly. And, people started giving me the feedback of those sessions being life-changing thing for them, giving them the new hope, giving them new motivation. Few of them were also dealing with suicidal tendencies. It gave them the new hope. So that was the power of meditation, which I decoded first with my experience and then with all the other people's experience. So I just, it's endless. I mean, the power benefits of meditation is like endless. And I know the reason why is it like that, which again I got in my meditation, that if you remember who you truly are. We all have forgotten who we really are, and meditation helps you remember who you truly are, what is it that truly matters. And once you remember that, you sort of move beyond the illusion. You move beyond the character, the roles that you are playing in this life. You start asking the real questions, which puts you on the right spot in life. So yeah.
Okay, so we're like totally soul sisters because I'm feeling all of that. And I didn't tell you this earlier, but I've actually seen and met with Shiva in meditation several times. And he has worked a lot with my third eye to the point where, like, to me, he's like the guide of my third eye. If I want to work on my third eye, I he's just there, right, to help me.
Wow.
And at one time, I wanted to connect with like the guides of my other chakras. And I was like, I only really knew of Shiva at the time working with my third eye. So I was like, well, I'm going to ask him for help. And the first one he showed me was my solar plexus, and his wife Poverty was there. And then he kind of went away, and she showed me all the other guides to my other chakras. But like, it was such a beautiful experience. And I'm learning to, they're all helping me turn this into like a type of reading to help other people know what guides are like helping with that chakra. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe you know more than me of like what I'm talking about, but that's what I've shown. And oh, it's so cool. Their energy is, oh, beautiful. And they're distinct, but they go together so well. Like when I focus on my solar plexus now, it's such a loving, I almost motherly, um, peaceful, and I can tell it's that poverty energy, and it really resonates, and it just lights up my solar plexus. And like I said, with Shiva, it's a little more intense, little more like, I don't want to say mysterious, but like I really don't know how to put words to it. But I guess, yeah, that kind of makes sense, right? I mean, it's still loving and everything, but it's a completely different vibe. And it's like, oh, okay, we're doing this now. It's a little more serious.
Yeah.
But same thing, like, right? I have group meditations, and they're working, I think, to help us do the same thing, like in our own areas. And that's what I was like, okay, we're definitely soul sisters or self-city, because this is awesome. Oh, wow. Wow. So meditation's done a lot in your life, right? It seems like it plays a pretty big role with the healing and, yeah, getting these visions and direction. So what does your practice look like now, and where do you want to take it? If that makes sense.
And as in, you want to know how do I practice it now and what's the
Yeah.
vision for it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I practice about about like an hour. I mean, I was doing it for 2 hours, but now I mean I had to reduce it to an hour because of some personal reasons. Um, so I do it every day for an hour now, and it's amazing. I mean, I've noticed that although I've reduced the time, but the intensity is more. I mean, it's like if you're sitting for 2 hours, you are able to concentrate for some particular amount of time. So here if I'm meditating for 1 hour, the concentration is also more strong. I mean, stronger than before. So I think it's like good for me that way. Um, so I don't really feel the need to go back to 2 hours as of now, but I know when the right time will come, they will push me for it. I'm pretty sure about that. So my vision about this practice is that I've been working on an app, the meditation app that I think would help me reach out to masses. The vision that they have shown me to spread meditation to every corner of the world, I think I need some tech for that. So I am now working on building my own app for doing enabling that thing. Um, because I feel that when it comes to meditation, now there are so many different forms of meditation that even that confuses people. So sometimes they would be like following this, sometimes following that, and then they would get confused and leave it all together. So I want them to sort of help them to figure out what is best for them and just to follow that approach instead of following different ways and getting confused. It's like I want to show them that path where they can choose what works for them and they can stick to it. Why they don't stick to that particular thing? Because they don't have enough information about that. I believe that if you give them like the complete knowledge and information and help them step by step to move on that path, they will get some direction in life. So that is what I want to do with that app that I'm gonna launch hopefully soon.
Wow. You're going to need to tell me when it launches, because I will totally download it. Yeah. That is so cool. What a beautiful vision. Yeah. I would assume making an app would take a lot of work. I've thought about it, but that's as far as I've gone. Yeah.
Yeah, right. It does take. I mean, I'm facing a lot of challenges to be frank, but then at the same, I've like paused it for a moment, but they are showing me ways. I mean, although that is paused, but they're showing me some other ways. They're showing me because I'm open to it. They keep showing me, missing pieces for me to be able to formulate that into a reality. So that is something that they are doing with me right now.
It sounds like you're in the flow, is what I would say, because I feel like we're very similar. When I meditate, I'll get just enough guidance for the next step. And I do know the bigger picture, but I don't know every step to get to that big picture. But I'm just like going on faith, right? And literally day by day, it's like, well, this is the next step for this bigger vision, and I'll complete it. And then whoop, there's the next step. Is that how it works for you too?
Yeah, same. I mean, when you were saying it, I'm like, oh, she's saying exactly how I feel. And I've never met a person, whom I have connected with so similarly and deeply. I mean, I know you would feel what I feel because you have been there. Actually, you have been there. So, yeah, that thing happens with me. So, it's like they've given me the holistic vision. And now they are helping me figure out those baby steps in order to reach that goal of mine.
Well, you're going to get there for sure. And so am I, because I'm not doing an app, but I'm doing it in like a course form because I'm same thing. I'm like, there's so much out there that I know it intimidated me back in the beginning of my journey, that if I can just simplify it or help people organize it or figure out what works for them so they can jump on, the path where it's a lot.
Yeah.
You get the messages, and before you're like, I know they're out there, I feel it, but they're telling me to try this person says to try that. I try them, I don't like them, or they don't work, or I fall asleep, or it's a lot to sort through. And like you said, some people just give up. um yeah, so I think that's so cool that we're both getting the same message out there. I just love it. Yeah, Lo, we're, like you said, I feel like we're soul sisters or something because,
Yeah. When is your birthday, Joy?
huh? What
When
did
is
you
your
say?
birthday?
When is my birthday? September 1st.
Oh, okay. Okay. That would be what zodiac sign? Virgo?
Yeah, Virgo / Leo. In the Vedic, I'm Leo.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a Scorpio.
I have a lot of Scorpio in my chart. Yeah. I don't
You
know
are.
what. I feel like it's either my moon or something else. Something big is a Scorpio. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that could be it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know much about astrology, just like dabbling. But
Same here.
yeah. But I've been learning about Vedic astrology, and it resonates, if not more, than the tropical astrology. So I'm like, I don't even know which rabbit hole to go down first. Like they're so resonating. Is there any other experience that you want to share, or?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I want to share this one. There are so many, but I want to share this one. So it was December 2019. Uh, I had certain I was feeling feverish, and I checked my temperature. It was I don't know what you use, but what we use here is Fahrenheit, and it was for checking fever and all. It was 101 degree Fahrenheit, which is a lot. I mean, way more than normal body temperature. And I was feeling weak and exhausted and pathetic. And then it just kept increasing. It then became 102, and I didn't know what to do. I visited doctor, and the doctor gave me a pill and did some blood tests, and it showed that I have dengue. You know dengue, right? It's um, dengue. So it's a very deadly kind of illness to have, in which there is no cure for it, and all you could take is vitamins and just intake some fruits and all. I mean, there is no medicine for it, for its cure, and in some cases it can go to severe conditions in which you could be needed to be admitted to a hospital and stuff like that. So it's not a normal illness to have. So I was I was pretty tense at that time, but what I did instead, I spoke to my body. I was like, where did I go wrong, my body? Please tell me, what is it that I need to know to cure this? I am not a person who believes in taking medicines, to be very frank. I don't take medicine. So even when I was looking at the tablet, I didn't want to take it. So I just had a word with my body, and my body replied saying, it actually replied saying this, that you have been overusing me of late, and you need to give me some break. You need to give me some rest, because one way or the other it will happen. So I understood, and actually, to be frank, I was overusing myself, my body, beyond my capacity. So then I apologized to my body, and doing that, I was not even giving my body proper nutrition at that time. So I then apologized to my body, and I promised my body to take better care of it. And as soon as I did that, I did 1 hour of meditation post that, in which I was sending love to my body, to myself, and that was about it. Fever didn't happen after that 1 hour. I mean, even the doctor was shocked next day, and the reports all of a sudden showed increase in white blood cell count, which proved that I did not have any more illness. Any. I mean, it was in less than 24 hours that I healed myself from that illness. So that was very profound experience for me. So now whenever I feel, I don't feel much sick, but even when little things would happen, I would sit for meditation. If someday it's like too much stress, and if some headache is happening, I would just sit for meditation. Very simply, it just heals me. So I don't take medicines anymore, unless and until it's like something really big. I don't think I would be taking any medications anymore. So that is the power of meditation. I mean, it can help you in rewiring your entire DNA, your belief system. There is a certain way of doing that, of course. And that's where I come into the picture, helping and guiding people. I get that information from the higher universe. I get that information from my spiritual guides and gods, which I in turn pass to all. That is one, and the other one I want to share is the brief one. Again, I was meditating one day, and it just happened that one by one, I started feeling my chakras opening. It started with the root chakra, and then I guess no, it started with the heart chakra. So I felt my heart expanding and expanding and expanding, so much so that one by one, all the other chakras started vibrating till my crown chakra. It started vibrating at that time. And at that, I have had that blissful experience only once. That complete opening experience is what I'm talking about. And when I was in that state, I was feeling, it was not that somebody was showing me. I was feeling the oneness with everyone. At that time, I would have given equal love to maybe a goon or a rapist, equal love to a holy person. I would have given equal love to everyone. So that was the state that I was in for good amount of time. And that happened once, and I still crave for it to happen again. So that is another blissful experience that I have felt. And in general, meditation has changed, transformed me as a person altogether. Many people say that a person never changes. I don't believe in that, because I have changed. I've seen myself changing. I mean, the core of me has changed altogether. So I don't believe that a person can't change. All you have to do is to make that effort to change, and the moment you do that, you can achieve that state.
Wow, that was powerful. Yeah. No, I totally agree with that. You can change. I've changed. And it evolved, right? Like it's this building on top of things and learning and gaining wisdom. Yeah, change is totally possible. That is, those were some cool experiences for sure. The chakras and the oneness. Yeah, I've only experienced that probably once myself. That just, for me, it was seeing my higher self, and I was just floored in the meditation. I was like transported, right? And I was just floored with this unconditional love. Like, and I just
Yeah.
started bawling. Like, it was just so intense. And it was like, oh, but I know what you mean about like chasing it, because that happened pretty early on for me. So then it was like, well, how do I get back to that? How do I figure this out? And while I haven't had, like, I would say that dramatic or intense of an experience, I have like meditated with source or God or whatever you want to call it. And just kind of been shown and felt that oneness have like, it's all the same. It's all me. It's all us kind of.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, what? Yeah, what? Oh, I get it. And then as you come down and like after time, it's like, well, I understand that, but I don't, it's hard to explain and it's hard to, you're like, you just need to go figure it out yourself and experience it. And then, right. But I feel like that's part of my job is to at least attempt it and try and at least be like, you can have these cool experiences via meditation. And it sometimes feels kind of psychedelic and you're not on the drug, you're not on shrooms or whatever, right? Like it's so cool. It's so cool. And I just want everybody to experience it. Even if it's not through meditation, it's like if you find another method, go for it, man. I just want you to connect and feel that oneness, feel
Any
that
other method
energy.
that makes, yeah, any other, I just want to add this short thing, any other method that doesn't make you dependent or maybe attached to that method. I mean, meditation is pretty freeing. You won't feel that kind of dependency on it for things. But like some people, I have met some people who would use recreational drugs to achieve that same state. I personally don't promote that because it's like you are getting used to a substance to achieve a certain state and it makes you addicted to that thing, which is something that is, it defeats the entire idea of it. The entire idea of it is to achieve a sense of freedom from within, the inner freedom, the peace. So it doesn't give you that. Although, yeah, you can get the surface experience and all, but that inner freedom you will never get from that. It will only come via all these other things, meditation and all.
Ooh, well, you're calling me out a little bit because sometimes I do smoke some weed, but my end goal is to be where you're at, where I don't need any of that. And yeah, I love that going in because no, even if weed does help, I know that I don't need that to get to that state, right? Like that's the end goal is to do it on your own and basically develop that skill. And I'm glad you pointed that out for sure. This has been quite the talk, City. I love this. I would love to have you back on at some other point down the line and share more stories because you have some awesome stories for sure.
Thank you. I would love to come back.
Yeah. Is there anywhere online people can find you or in case they want to download your app when it's out? Or not really?
Yeah, I'm pretty active on Instagram out of all. So Instagram, they can follow me. My handle is called With Love Siddhi. I am sure
Awesome.
Joy would just put that
Yeah.
link on the description. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause yeah, I feel like when your app comes out and then just in general, yeah, because you're such a beautiful person. Well, thank you so much for spending time with me today. This has been quite the connection for sure. Oh, yay.
Thank you so much, Joy, for having me. It was a great time, and thank you so much for giving me the platform to share my experiences and just talk about it. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much for your time.
No problem. Yes.